guys who do movie reviews. My name is André, and today I'm going to review the latest romance / horror / coming of age movie, Bones and All. This movie took from the director of Call Me By Your Name, and this movie stars Timothée Chalamet, Taylor Russell, and Mark Rylance. A pair of young cannibals flee together on a road trip across the country and develop feelings for each other. Now, here's the thing before going into Bones and All. I want to give you guys a little bit of a warning. Look this movie up. Don't go into this movie blind, because honestly, I feel like if you did, you're not going to feel good inside, because this is a movie about two cannibals falling in love. And yes, there are some cannibalism scenes in this movie. So I would look at this movie up if I were you, so you know what type of movie you're going into. And also, if you are going into this movie, I just gotta say, don't buy any beverages. Don't buy popcorn or any food, because, unless you can take that, but if you're people who get sick very easily, you will probably throw up during this movie, because this film has some disgusting and disturbing scenes to watch. But, I gotta say guys, Bones and All, this is another great movie that came out this year. Now, before I get into the acting of this film, I just want to let you guys know, like I said before, this film is about two cannibals, so this film is definitely disgusting at a couple of moments. There are moments in Bones and All where I get to look away at a couple of moments. And yeah, this film is full on. There is a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore in this movie, but the thing about this movie is that it didn't overdo it. I don't mind gore, I don't mind blood and gore in movies, but like for concepts like this, I'm like, ugh. It's going to be hard for me to watch, but no, thank God Bones and All didn't overdo it, so I'm just going to get that out of the way. But I want to talk about the acting in this film, because the acting in this film is what makes this film fantastic. Taylor Russell stole this movie. I didn't mind her in Escape Room. Words on Bathroom Walls, that's an underrated movie. She's great in that movie. But for Bones and All, I would say this is one of her best performances. This is a story about her character basically trying to figure out who she is while going on this road trip. And you really feel for her character in this film. And Taylor Russell, her performance in this film, wow. There are moments in this film where I'm like, she needs to get credited. She is really good in this film. Also, Timothée Chalamet. Of course, he is great in the film. He's such a great actor. I loved him in Dune. In this film, it's no surprise for me. He is fantastic in this film. His character is also very interesting in this film. But the thing that made this film great is the romance between Taylor Russell and Timothée Chalamet. Their characters together are what makes this movie very special. I really do like them two together. Their chemistry is really well done in this film. It's one of those couples that you want to see them stay together in the film. Which tells me one thing. The romance is done right in this film. It's a love story between two cannibals, and Bones and All absolutely did that well. Also, Mark Rylance in the film. Now, I'm not going to spoil his character in this film, but what I gotta say is that he is also really good in this film. And what surprised me about him in this film is that he plays a character that I don't think he normally plays in movies, which is really interesting. And I just think his role in Bones and All, not going to spoil it, because I feel like it's something in spoiler territory, so I'm not going to spoil his character. But what I gotta say is that Mark Rylance's performance in this film is some of his best in a while. He is really good in this film. Whenever he pops on the movie, I feel very icky and disturbed inside, in a good way. It just shows how great of a performance Mark Rylance did in this film. Another thing that really surprised me in Bones and All is how natural this movie looks. This movie doesn't look like it's like a blockbuster or even a film. It looks very natural, from the cinematography, just the whole atmosphere and the look of this movie in general. And I like that about this film. It shows that it's very independent, and the movie looks really freaking good for an independent film. The lighting is really good in the film. Even the score of this movie is very underrated. I really do like the score in Bones and All. There are some really tension-filled scores in the film, but also there are some beautiful ones in this film. And that's this film, you know, even though this film is a disturbing, disgusting film, at a couple of moments, this is a good romance movie between these two cannibals. The whole road trip in this film, you really follow in this film. And we haven't got road trip movies in a while, so I think Bones and All did the road trip aspect really freaking well in the film. And it's a good film about finding yourself and finding identity while having some flaws in you. And I think Bones and All absolutely did that well. And that's just thanks to Timothée Chalamet and Taylor Russell. They really bring this film to the bone. I do have one issue with the film though. I would say this film feels like it has two different endings. And I feel like the pacing, it makes it that way. Like, there's a moment in this film where the film blacks out where I'm like, oh, that's it, okay, the film's done. But no, it keeps on going. You know, this film feels like it has two different endings. It's more of a nitpick than a flaw, but I don't know, that's just me. Maybe that's how they meant to do it, like, you just feel like you want more and the film kind of presents you more. But honestly, I just felt like this film has two different endings, and I felt like how it's edited, it makes it feel that way. But overall, guys, Bones and All, this is another great movie that came out this year. This is an interesting romance film, to say the least. This film is gory as shit. It's about cannibals, so there's a lot of cannibalism in this film. But the romance and chemistry between Taylor Russell and Timothée Chalamet drives this film forward. And this is a great coming-of-age romance film that has some good horror elements to it, but it's also a really good-looking film. So, I would say Bones and All, check it out. But, yeah, you have to prepare before going into this film, in my opinion, because I can see if people go into the film blind, they're going to feel very, very speechless. So, I would say look at this movie up before seeing this film, because I would say Bones and All is not for everybody, but I did enjoy the film. So, I am going to give Bones and All an A-. So, guys, that is my review for Bones and All. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below, Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content, and have a nice day.